A woman in Bellevue says she was virtually out of options. She suffers from numerous mental health conditions and she just couldn't find anything to remedy her issues. She wasn't able to get a service dog due to an allergy, so instead she got a mini horse to serve as her service animal. Reporter John Kipper has more on why the woman needs the animal and the legal questions involved.
I really wish that I didn't have to take an animal everywhere just to be able to be semi-functional. The attention that comes with it is very unfortunate, and honestly, I really hate it.
Bria Hensley takes her mini horse Flirty everywhere, whether it be the movies, grocery shopping, or even the doctor's office.
I was actually just seeing one of my specialists today, and without me prompting her, she commented that I wouldn't be alive without Flirty.
Flirty is Hensley's service mini horse. She suffers from a variety of ailments, including depression, severe anxiety, panic disorder, and PTSD. Walking around Nobby's in Bellevue, she says she could barely go anywhere before she got the mini horse 2 years ago.
So if I did go grocery shopping, I would end up, having to leave halfway through. Sometimes I couldn't even deal with going through checkout. I would just have to leave my cart in the aisle and go home.
To many people's surprise, mini horses that serve as service animals are perfectly legal. The American with Disabilities Act specifically allows them. Almost every business is required to let Flirty in with no documentation, and they can only ask Hensley 2 questions. Is the service animal required because of a disability? And what work or task has the animal been trained to perform? The task has to be a physical action. Hensley says Flirty does multiple things for her. Flirty will remind her to take her medication, give her stabilization when she gets disoriented around crowds, and even alert her when her anxiety builds up.
Horses are extremely in tune to emotions and to body language. Yes, thank you, I know. See, right now she's actually telling me that I'm a little bit anxious.
Now, Flirty does wear a vest to alert the public to not pet her and to give them both some space. But sometimes the public doesn't always listen. Some folks will still pet Flirty or yell at her for attention. Others react angrily towards Hensley and harass her.
I've even been threatened or cyberbullied. I had someone offer to buy me a gun so I could end my problems.
She says most businesses accommodate them, but has been kicked out twice so far. Hensley is now considering a lawsuit.
I was treated so poorly, and the management responses when I followed up were poor. They are going to be hearing from the Department of Justice, and I'm definitely going to be pursuing legal means as well.
Hensley believes she's the only one in the area that has a mini horse as a service animal. She hopes eventually the public just gets used to them.
We understand that our animals, especially if you have a service horse, is very eye-catching. But, we're just there to get our milk and go home. In
Bellevue, John Kipper, 3 News Now.
I mean, it's a fascinating topic, obviously a little complicated as well, so we brought John here to answer some of the questions a lot of people might have. Now, number one question I think a lot of people have, the difference between a service animal and an emotional support animal.
This topic, everyone seemingly gets confused. So a service animal, very specific. It can either be a dog or, in the story, a mini horse. And that mini horse or dog must perform a physical task. Emotional support animals can be a variety of animals, and the owner can essentially say, it lowers my stress and it's okay. That being said, emotional support animals, they can't go everywhere like Flirty could, where a service animal certainly could.
Okay, so service animals, obviously that specific task, emotional support much more broad. Now, we got to ask in terms of, we heard that they can go pretty much everywhere, anywhere. They can't take a service animal.
Yeah, very specific circumstances. So for example, they can go into a hospital. But if the owner is getting surgery, they can't go in the surgical unit due to germs and things of that nature. And another similar example would be a zoo. The zoo has to let the animal in, but you can't take it to like the tiger cages because they'll get them riled up, obviously. So they can have specific places where they can and can't go, essentially.
Oh, very interesting. So a lot of questions on that. I'm sure the story will be posted online too, so people can read more about that too.
Absolutely.
Okay, John, thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely, thanks, Jane.